It's Tuesday, July 10th, and time for your Barbados Today morning news update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. The Pic-O-De-Crop Calypso Finals is back on a Friday, and reigning Calypso Monarch Ian Webster has given the National Cultural Foundation the thumbs up for the move, even though he's yet to decide whether he will defend his crown. The NCF announced yesterday that the island's biggest Calypso competition would revert to the final Friday instead of the final Saturday leading up to Grand Kadooment. Iweb explained that Pic-O-De-Crop finals on a Friday not only held traditional value for Barbadians, but made good business sense for artists.
No, I am delighted to know that it's moving back to Friday. Because, first of all, traditionally, for the traditional nature of it, growing up, watching Pic-O-De-Crop on television, it was always Friday though, and it's not only for the traditional aspect of it, but what it now allows persons like myself to do who have party songs that are doing well, is that after Pic-O-De-Crop, we could go and work. Last year, and then in the years when it was changed to Saturday, couldn't do any effects, had to not do gigs to preserve vocals and that kind of stuff, but that's the last stage competition. And to have it Friday night, and then, into the Saturday morning.
However, the reigning Calypso Monarch was unable to say whether the change would convince him to defend his title. He told Barbados Today he would make the announcement by next Friday. The National Organization of Women calls for a full and thorough investigation into an alleged harassment incident involving 2 police officers. The officers allegedly harassed 3 women at a social event held over the weekend. Police Public Relations Officer, Acting Inspector Rodney Innes, tells Barbados Today the officers whose names have not been disclosed were questioned and released, and the matter was still under active investigation. However, now Public Relations Officer Marsha Hines tells Barbados Today the 2 officers in question need to be held accountable for their actions.
Really and truly, what has happened on the weekend, I'm hoping that it becomes a turning point in our discussion about the police force and about the responses to patriarchy within the police force. So it's going to be interesting to see how this case plays out because, police officers protect their own. We never get names. We never know what happens with investigations. We never know how the people are brought to, not punishment, but to account at least. And it is problematic. We are hearing too many cases of this type of behavior.
An explanation is likely to come later today from the Ellerslie School on the sudden and controversial change in uniform. Principal Lieutenant Colonel Errol Brathwaite has summoned parents to a 4 p.m. meeting at the Blackrock St. Michael Institution to address the issue, which has left some parents and old scholars fuming. Members of the school's Alumni Association staged a peaceful protest outside the compound last Friday to vent their frustration at the decision. And in addition, former student Rodney Garnes has started an online petition titled "Don't Change My Ellerslie Uniform," which has attracted 1,232 of 1,500 signatures that he's seeking in a bid to pressure the Ministry of Education to reverse the decision.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To news from the region, Bermuda's first casino could be open for business by year end. Word of this from Tourism Minister Jamal Simmons, who says he hopes to have the necessary regulations in place in order to get the casino going. We get more in this report from ZBN News.
Moves towards Bermuda's first casino hit a snag in 2016 when the former CEO of the Bermuda Gaming Commission, Richard Schutz, became embroiled in controversy over his travel expenses when he was gambling commissioner in California.
And finally, on the international scene, U.S. President Donald Trump picks conservative appeals court judge Brett Kavanaugh as his nominee for the Supreme Court. The 53-year-old Kavanaugh now faces what appears to be another fierce fight for confirmation in the Senate, where Trump's fellow Republicans hold a slim majority. If confirmed, Kavanaugh will replace long-serving conservative Justice Anthony Kennedy, who announced his retirement in June at the age of 81.
Judge Kavanaugh has impeccable credentials, unsurpassed qualifications, and a proven commitment to equal justice under the law. A graduate of Yale College and Yale Law School, Judge Kavanaugh currently teaches at Harvard, Yale, and Georgetown. Throughout legal circles, he is considered a judge's judge, a true thought leader among his peers. He is a brilliant jurist with a clear and effective writing style, universally regarded as one of the finest and sharpest legal minds of our time. And just like Justice Gorsuch, he excelled as a clerk for Justice Kennedy.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Do have a wonderful day.